Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. So today we are going to go over these 5 problems, and I encourage you guys to take notes on it, pause the video, study the video, because this is going to be on your final. So as we take a look here, the first thing that I notice are these parentheses, and as soon as I think of parentheses, I think of distribution property. Okay, so I can even write this down. You can say seeing parentheses means distributive property, okay, or distributive property. And I encourage you guys to write that down so that you have it in your notes, okay? So when you see parentheses, okay, you think distributive property. So the way that we do distributive property and to show that is through arrows, okay? So look, go here, voila, and voila. Okay, I can even write that down too. Show distributive property using arrows. Okay, so as you can see, you guys see that arrows right there. Okay, all right, so so that's the left side of the equation, and on the right side as well, I can see that there's distributive property, right? Because I see parentheses, which means distributive property. So I'm going to distribute right here as well. So I'm going to go here, distributive property, right there. Okay, so what does distributive property mean? Distributive property basically means multiplying, okay? This saying two groups of negative 2x, two groups of negative 8, two groups of, or negative 6 groups of x, negative 6 groups of negative 2. What that means is just multiplication. So when you think of distributive property, think multiplication. So here you go. 2 times negative 2x. 2 times negative 2x, okay? And you got that minus, or you can make this into a negative 8. That's up to you. I'm just going to put that as a minus 2 times 8. 2 times 8. You guys see that? So 2 times negative 2x, 2 times negative 2x, and 2 times 8. And then just bring that subtraction sign down there. Okay? And then if you wanted to, you could always change the subtraction sign into addition negative. That's up to you. Is equal to negative 6 times x, which is negative 6x. So negative 6 times x. See, negative 6x, distribute the negative 6 to the x. Minus, right, because of that minus, I'm going to go negative 6 times 2. Okay? So I could put the parentheses here like that if I wanted to. It doesn't matter. The only reason why I put the parentheses right there is because I wanted you guys to not get confused by the minus. So it would have been like this. It would have been minus 2, like that. But then that subtracting a negative might be a little bit confusing for you guys. That's why I put the parentheses on the negative 6. But if you wanted to just leave it as subtracting a negative like that, that's okay too. But I'm just going to put the parentheses like this just to make it easier for you guys. So let's take a look. We're going to 2 times negative 2x is negative 4x. 2 times 8 is 16 is equal to negative 6 times x is negative 6x minus negative 6 times 2 is negative 12, right? And so I'm going to rewrite this because subtracting a negative, everyone, is just addition. Subtracting a negative is just addition. So I'm going to get rid of that. And then we're going to make it adding positive 12. Now, there's several ways to go about this. I'm just going to add this negative 6 here, negative 6x, because if I add them together, I'll have a positive 2x. So I'm going to go add, 6x like this. Maybe I'll do orange, because I already used red. Plus 6x, plus 6x, and then negative 4x plus 6x is 2x. Minus 16 is equal to, this cancels out, negative 6x plus 6x is 0. 0 plus 12 is 12, And then now I'm going to add 16 on both sides. Add 16 on both sides. And then now I got, this cancels out because it becomes 0. 2x is equal to 12 plus 16, which is 28. And then we got to divide 2 on both sides. And then we got x is equal to 14. Voila. So that is the first problem, okay? All right, let's take a look at the second problem here. As you can see, once again, I see the distributive property, right? The distributive property, as you can see, the distributive property, using parentheses means distributive property, use the arrows and then multiply. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use these arrows to demonstrate. Okay, now I'm gonna rewrite this into 1/2 times 4x. And this time I'll show you the other way. I'm gonna change that to adding a negative like that. And then that would be plus, right? Bring the plus sign down. 1/2 times -8 is equal to 12, okay? So 1/2 times 4x, half of 4x is just 2x, right? But I'll show you the entire work for it if you want to see it. 4x in fraction form is 4x plus 1. And then -8 in fraction form is over 1 like that. And so 1 times 4x is 4x. 2 times 1 is just 2. Plus 1/2 times -8 is -8. 2 times 1 is 2. It's equal to 12. And then 4x of 2, right? 4 divided by 2 is just 2x, which is if you had 4 pieces divided into 2, you have 2. -8 divided by 2 is -4, equals 12. And then I'm going to add 4 on both sides because I want all the variables on one side and everything else on the other. All the numbers on the other. So if I get rid of this -4, I'm going to have all the variables on the left side. Is equal to 12 plus 4 is 16. And then I'm going to divide 2. And then I got x is equal to 8. Why? 2 divided by 2 is just 1. 1x is just x. 16 divided by 2 is 8. All right, let's take a look at this one. Now, as you can see, what I can do is I can combine like terms here. You guys see -3 plus 5. Those are like terms. So I'm going to write this here. If you can combine like terms, do it. Okay? So as you can see, I can combine like terms. -3 plus 5 is just 2. So it's just 2 minus 6g is equal to 11 minus 3g, right? And then now it's just a matter of solving this. I'm just going to get rid of that -3g like this. Add 3g on both sides. And I get 2 -6g plus 3g is -3g is equal to 11 because they cancel out each other. And then I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides. Subtract 2 on both sides. And then I got -3g is equal to 9. Divide both sides by -3. And then I got g is equal to 9 divided by -3 is -3. Voila. So that's that problem. Let's try this one. As you can see, if you can combine like terms, do it, right? If you can combine like terms, do it. As you can see right here, you can combine like terms. Why? Because 2f and -6f are like terms. So these are like terms. Like terms. Okay? So I can't combine these and that because 10 doesn't have a variable with it, right? So 2f minus 6f is -4f plus 10 is equal to 4. And then here, as you can see, when I see parentheses, automatically I think distributive property. Seeing parentheses means distributive property. Show distributive property using arrows, using multiplication. So as you can see, parentheses means distribution, and I represent that using arrows to showing that I'm distributing, and then I multiply it out. So I got 4 times -2f plus 4 times 6, and then if I will write this, We got negative 4f plus 10. And then 4 times negative 2f is negative 8f. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 plus 4 times 6, which is 24. And then from here, I'm just going to add 8f on both sides. I don't have to, but I'm just going to do it so that I can simplify this equation. And then I got negative 4f plus 8f is just 4f plus 10. 4f plus 10 is equal to, this becomes 0. What's remaining on the right side is 24. Subtract 10 on both sides. And then I got 4f is equal to 24 minus 10, which is 14. I'm going to divide 4 on both sides. 4 divided by 4 is just 1. 1f. And then 14 divided by 4. 14 divided by 4. And then if I want to simplify that, if you just leave it like that, that's okay too. But if I want to simplify it, I can simplify the top and the bottom by 2. And then 14 divided by 2 is 7. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So my answer is 7/2. Okay, now let's take a look at this one. This one is a little bit special because this one has combined like terms, but it's in the parentheses, okay? So like terms in parentheses. Okay, which means do them first. Okay, do the combined like terms first. So I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to write 3 and x plus 2x are like terms, so I can add them together. So they're going to be 3x minus 4 is equal to negative x. And then negative 3 times 3x is negative 9x. And before I do that, you see parentheses. Seeing parentheses mean distributive property, showing distributive property through arrows, which means multiplication. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do negative 3 times negative 3x, negative 3 times negative 4. And so if I were to write that, it's going to be negative 3, negative 3x. Once again, I'm going to change this subtraction sign into adding a negative, just, to make it, just to show you guys another example of it. Adding a negative, right? Bring the plus sign down. Negative 3 times negative 4. Negative 3 times negative 4 is equal to negative x. So negative 3 times negative 3x is 9x. Why? Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. And negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12 because negative times a negative is positive, negative x. And then we're going to subtract 9x on both sides. Subtract 9x on both sides. And this becomes 0, right? And then I got 12 is equal to negative x minus 9x, which is negative 10x. Divide both sides by negative 10. And then 12 divided by negative 10 is just negative 12/10. Now, if you want to simplify it, you can do this. You can do negative 12/10. I can divide both sides by 2, or the top and bottom by 2, the numerator and denominator. Negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6, and the 10 divided by 2 is 5. So my answer, simplified, is negative 6/5. Okay, well, that's it. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yep, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.